I am Yoshida. A question for Naoto Saito. When you look at the game, what is your impression of Samoa for the Samoan team? First of all, they are physical. That's their strong point. I think that is what they will put forward. So, as a playmaker, it's important to limit the pressure they can put on us. We need to properly analyze our opportunities and seize them to attack. As you said, the we hope we'll have the chances, and I think Japan has had trouble seizing opportunities and scoring tries before. Have you seen any progress in this area? Yes, and during training and during games and during trainings, we've been working on seizing the opportunities when they present themselves. I think we have improved in that area, yes. A question for the two players. For Shunshin, you were selected as a finisher and you will have a chance to play in a Rugby World Cup. Since your opening game against Italy, how have you spent your days and how do you feel being selected for this game? Well, since being selected as part of the 33, I haven't had a chance to play and I regret that. But I can understand what it means not to be selected, and now I've been selected to play with, and we work together with the players who weren't picked for the game, and we've really become a close-knit team. And over the last two World Cup games, I wasn't able to play, but mentally we were in full communication with Jamie and the staff. So my mental and physical conditions are very good. And for Saito? Well, as a team, of course, it's a game we can't lose. But how important is it? Well, this game is very important. It's a big game. It's a difficult game also. It will be a hard match to win. But we haven't got any pressure. As players, we don't feel pressure. We trust our staff, our coaches, and aim to implement their plan. Saito, these last few games you took part, went on after Nagale. What was the communication between yourselves? What were your comments to each other? Well, when I came on, I can't remember what he said, but on a daily basis, we can watch the games together. So sometimes he advises me. And personally, well, I spend a lot of spare time with him. There's nothing in particular. So what does Nagale represent for you? Well, he used to be my rival, but when we're off the field, he is someone I admire. We get on very well. And for Lee Sung-shin, now you are in France. How has this World Cup changed for you now that you've been picked as a finisher? Well, until my arrival in France, I didn't realise I'd been selected as part of the 33 really, but now that I'm here, I see the games, I see the atmosphere here, and I've realised the difference between a test match and a World Cup match. And I just want to show my way of playing rugby so that and I want to play for everyone who's supported me. I'm really looking forward to playing Samoa. Hello, a question for Lee Sun-shin. First of all, you were selected for the game against Samoa. So, Jamie, what are your words? Well, first of all, trust and belief. Personally, I don't know when I'll be playing, but I will analyze the situation well and finish the game well. That's my role as a finisher. And of course, in the second half, this is the time when there's a lot of pressure. So I really need to analyze how I can play and join the team. They've told me to work hard as a number 10. You said you'd been congratulated by your team members. Who were they and what did they say? Well, yes, the first person who to contact me was Kakinaga. And before the game, we had a training session where we had to do a lot of running. And with Takinaga, we did this training a lot, and he just told me to do my best, and I was very pleased. Hello, Muge East. Question first, Saito. First of all, you said you talked about opportunities and how you've progressed in order to better seize the opportunities. How did this progression come about? Well, yes, we've now had 2 games, and there was a lot of kicking. And when we're in possession, these are the times where we need to be there 100% and we need to change our way of attacking. And that's the impression I've had of our progression. Another question. It's also your first participation in a World Cup. Was there anything that particularly remarkable for you? Well, as Lee Su-shin said, it's not the same thing as an ordinary test match. In fact, even before the first game against Chile, I got this feeling. It's difficult to explain, to put into words, but I can really see a difference. I feel the difference. Hello, a question for Saito. Good luck. Good luck. We're here for you. That's all. Hello, Otani. From a question for Lee Su-shin. You talked with Glu Lee Su, and what was a conversation you had? What did he say to you, and how did that help with your motivation? Well, yes, before the World Cup, we had the games in Japan, but also a game against Italy. We felt this pressure as a team, but also on a personal level. And due to this, I lost my confidence a little bit. I wasn't playing my way of playing rugby, and I think he noticed that. And we talked about it a lot, and we spent a week to working on my mental preparation. In fact, it's not just 1 week. Every day I set myself a goal of things I can do to progress in that area. And on the match day, I know the preparations I'll have done. I know how hard I've worked. And I believe this will very much help me. And that's the main change for me. Hello, Taguchi from Nikkei Shimbun. Question for Mitchell. Against Samoa, what is your impression of the Samoan attackers? And as a Japanese team, what are the important points to bear in mind? Hello, I'm Saito. A question for Mr. Mitchell. Since the World Cup, I think our defence has improved. And for Samoa, what is your goal? What is your objective? Yamazaki from Nikon Television. A question for Lee Sushin. You talked about the difference between a test match and a World Cup game. You're 22 years old, you're a young man. The fact that you now have this experience of being able to play, what does it mean for you? And if you were able to play tomorrow, how confident are you with your kicking game? Well, it would be a huge experience for me. I've not taken part in such a game yet, but for Chile, I wasn't selected, and I've never been so disappointed. There are also other pressures when you play in a World Cup, and it's the same when you play rugby. The fact of being here and playing and having this experience is very pleasing. And on the mental side, at the age of 22, being able to be there, this will be a great experience for me. And in terms of the game, I will play with plenty of confidence. Of course, we need to win. There is pressure there also, but just on me, it's the first time I'll participate in a World Cup game, so I'm very excited. I'm really looking forward to it, and I want to give everything I have. A question for the two players. There is a player who has left you. What is the general condition of your team before this game? I imagine there's a lot of pressure. How do you manage it? What is the atmosphere within the side? And tomorrow, how will you be play? What sort of rugby do you want to play and show tomorrow? Yes, indeed. A player has left us due to injury, and we spent the time in the training camp. So, in terms of communication, it went well. We get on very well. In terms of pressure, as I said earlier, it's a very important game, and we all know that. However, this does not put pressure on us. We will just be concentrating on what's in front of us, and we need to trust in our game plan. And for tomorrow, I will analyze the game and make sure I know what I need to do. And go out there and enjoy myself. Yes, Yamanaka arrived. I've played with him before. So personally, I'm very happy to be able to play with him. and someone like him brings a great atmosphere to the team. So I'm really pleased. And for tomorrow, yes, there will be a lot of pressure, but we will be focused on ourselves and give everything, give 100% and win and move on to the next stage. We will concentrate, we will focus on what's in front of us and win. And personally, I will play as a finisher, and I will need to find spaces and read the situation and the opponent well. I also want to have confidence. I'm also confident that I will score with kicks as well. I will do everything I can for the team.